I was 7 when this happened. One weekend, my parents went out to visit one of my father's friends, supposedly for his birthday, leaving my 2 older siblings and me alone at home. I remember the ecstasy I felt that day, having the whole house to myself for the first time in my life. Well, apart from my siblings still being there, but my brother usually went out with his friends and my sister would just spend the whole day in her room, door closed, leaving me to the happiest hobby I had back then, watching TV. My mom was a bit strict when it came to screen time, and I had barely enough time to watch all my favorite shows, leading me to strategically plan the episodes to miss and the ones to watch during these 2 hours I had. So with mom going out with dad, I knew that I might have just experienced a once-in-a-lifetime TV marathon. The moment they left, I jumped on the couch, turned on the TV, and got lost in that colorful paradise. I kept watching for what seemed like an eternity. My brother was out, and my sister occasionally left her room to get something. I was too invested to care until I heard it. A faint bump coming from the living room window behind me. Out of curiosity, I went to check it out. The snow was making it a bit hard to clearly see, and the evening sky wasn't making it any better. I just huffed and went back to the couch, shaking it off as the wind. A bit later, and I heard it again. I ignored it this time, knowing that I would get nothing out of checking once more. Right away, I heard a loud crash, making me scream while instinctively jumping and looking towards the source of that sound. I found the window shattered, with numerous miniature glass shards coating the ground in front of it. My sister instantly came outside and looked really weirded out once she saw the broken window. We both took a peek outside, and what we saw there was really unsettling. There was a hooded figure a couple of feet away from us, with a face that wasn't visible in the slightest, but from the body proportions you could tell it's a man. We both screamed as he quickly dashed out of sight. I noticed my sister staring at the clock, which felt a bit weird, considering the situation we're in. Before I was able to mutter anything, she just grabbed my hand and pulled me with her to the reception before shutting the door. I couldn't help but just stare outside the window, which faced the same side of the broken one, thinking that the figure was going to show up here as well. I surely hoped that was what happened at least, because right after that we heard the front door open and footsteps coming towards us. The reception door needed a key to get locked, and only Mom knew where that key was. My head just kept darting between the door, knowing that it'll be opened at any moment, and then looking at my sister who looked just as scared as me. Or so she did. My thoughts were quickly shut down by the anticipated yet sudden twisting of the door handle. The only moment that felt slow was once that man entered, but after that, everything happened so quickly. In a matter of moments, my sister opened the window and tossed me outside, sending me rolling on the ground as I fell. Just as I merely got up and looked at the window, I saw the most terrifying scene in my whole life. As my sister tried to jump out, the man grabbed her and dragged her out of sight. Her screams filled the air as I stood up there, completely paralyzed. The screams died out and I was just standing, without a single sound except for the faint rustling of the leaves. I heard the door open from the front side of the house and laughing following suit. To my pleasant surprise, I saw my sister walking with my brother and both were laughing as they were coming towards me. Without a second thought, I rushed to them, hugging my sister and crying my eyes out. She patted my head as she continued laughing alongside my brother. I learned that this was all a sick prank they have planned for, and they found out this moment to be the perfect time to pull it off. The next lines I heard were the most traumatizing ones I have heard and will ever hear. I heard my sister telling my brother between laughs that Dad was gonna be so mad about that window. That's when I saw my brother's face look the most concerned ever, as he stated which window. My sister thought he was messing around and pointed at the broken window while describing to him what happened. But he looked seriously shaken, claiming that he didn't break any window. They kept on debating while my head as if forcingly turned to look behind. There I saw him, the hooded man from earlier with his face now slightly visible, backing off slowly as he shushed me before running away through the snow. My siblings quickly pulled me inside, and my brother claimed to have done it. But I knew better.